it's yeah, it's on now. So hope we can start. Okay, then hello everyone. Welcome to our final presentation, and for those who watch this final presentation, let me introduce what was the task of this final project. The group had, and then we can start the presentation. So the task was to create the web application where the users can manage the data. And so the data should be stored on the database, and each team has the unique topic. So there can be the films, the albums, and so the libraries or something like that. And then from the web application, there should be the possibility to create new entries, to actually create linkages in between the entities of the database, and also to have the option to read the data from the files, and also the possibility to export data to the files to write it. Yeah, also some additional features could be introduced by the teams separately. It's there are no strict rules there. So as much as the teams could do, so they could implement it. So and we have two teams. And yeah. So the first team is Anastasia's team. So you can start now. A moment. I think I can't. One moment. Hold on. Excuse me. I can't hear you. One moment. Maybe. Oh. Okay. I guess. Guess it should. One moment. And I can't. One moment. Maybe. Oh. One moment. Yeah, unfortunately, I think turn in options to select Google Meet. So a moment, we can do the following way. Okay.
There is some noise background, but
yeah. So you can. So a moment. Before you start, could you speak now, and I will check if I will check. A moment, and I will check if the if your voice will be recorded. So.
Okay.
Okay, can you speak now?
Yeah. Okay, I can start presentation. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Really good. Everything seems that everything works fine. Okay.
Okay. First of all, I would like to start our presentation with the words of gratitude to our teacher, Artus, who spent with us a lot of time teaching, showing, and sharing his knowledge. And Artus, a huge thanks from all of us to you. As well, I would like to say thanks to my teammate who did a great job with this project. It was a great time collaborating with you, and personally, I am very proud of our team because from the beginning I had an issue with the server, with the database connection, so they didn't wait while I solved my technical issue, but continued working on this project. So big thanks to you girls, and you are the best, really. So let's jump to our project. And first of all, I will show our Jira. So hope you will see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. We started our collaboration, of course, in a Jira, and we discussed how we can split our tasks regarding this project, and we decided and made a conclusion that the best way how we can split all tasks are based on our lessons and session. So I have created repository and as well made a tick backlogs, and project sprint in a Jira. Olga took responsibility to do this first part of our project connected with the database and the web pages. So she created a database. She configured the project to Maven. She found the picture for the project. She created GSP. In the GSP title with a log navigation bar with 3 pages, bands, musicians, albums. She created as well all bands, GSP label, band name and button insert, created albums, Java, created musicians, add SQL dependency to a POM file, and created albums, all band Java methods, init connection, close connection, and add new entry. So she did a very big job for this project. We, with Natalia, continued the second part of this project. So Natalia took responsibility to create the import for pages in XML format, CSV format, and JSON. But I made the end of our project. I created export for bands as well in 3 formats: XML, CSV, and JSON. So I give the floor to Olga. She will going to show her part of the code and tell more about the first part, database and web pages which she wrote. Olga?
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you, Anastasia. And now I'll share my screen. So, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, first our step was that we create database in PHP MyAdmin. So the name of our database is, our project is music, and it has 6 tables in it: albums, bands, band members, log, musicians, and songs. So each table as a first column has an ID, and we determined that it's a primary key and auto-incremented. There are some tables which have linkages between elements of different tables. For example, band members. Here we have a unique ID. Band members. Here we have unique ID and band ID and musician ID from bands table and musician tables. Here we have indexes that shows that they are linked to the entry of another table. So let me introduce our website. So here in the first page you can see navigation bar with our pages, and for all pages this first line navigation is the same. So first page is bands. Here you can see list of all bands, and as well we can add band. We can rename it. We can save changes or cancel changes as well here. So when we navigate to exact band, you can see the list of all musicians, and we can add musician to exact band. So here I have added already Victoria Beckham, and here you can see that musician has a name, surname, and date of birth. So here as well we can delete and change dates. So when we enter band to ID, it appears in database in table bands. And when we add musicians, it appears in table musicians. So now we can add musician Victoria to band. You see it's edit, and in the table it appears in band members. So it has ID 28 and band ID and musician ID here. Then we have albums. Here is the list of all albums. Here as well we can add album. And here we also can select the band. So now you can see here album title and band name. So when we navigate to album, there is also a list of songs which we can add. The list of songs, it's here. For example, we add a song here, and it appears here with album title new. As well, it's songs. We can see it here that the song is in a table songs with album number, album ID none. And when we add song to album, now it's an album spice, and we can see in a table that now there is an album ID for this song. So about page, I think that's it. And how we create our website. Our project consists of GSP file, servlets, and Java classes. All pages of our website are represented by GSP files. For example, all band GSP file represents page bands, but when we navigate to certain band, the GSP file is band, this one. So, but firstly we created the header, which is the same for all tabs, and this header is represented in the file header template. Here we have CSS and so-called Bootstrap. We used as well font awesome for our project. In this file there are definitions of navigation bar, and also we have references here to the elements. So it's a reference to the servlet. Each GSP file has structure has HTML code and the Java logic, which generates the code based on parameters provided through the page. And mostly in this case, we work with post request parameters. So it means that we have form here. Form is submitted and communicating between, and the form has values, and we are communicating between pages using these request parameters. In GSP file, we have something from HTML. Basically, we include Java code into HTML, and using Java code, we generate HTML. So we have loops written in Java and executed as Java logic, but inside the loop, we actually add the HTML elements, and then these elements will be included to the page. So package pages has servlet. Servlet page has two methods: to get and to post. DoGet is default method, which triggers once we load the page. In our system, we use lots of post force. Then we use doPost method. As you can see, in doPost we create an object here. In if condition of block try, we are convinced that parameter does exist and is not null. And then of the class, we redirect to GSP file with other request parameters. In package band databases, we have databases for all our pages, for example, band database manager. In this class, there are methods which implements interaction with PHP MyAdmin database. We used here different SQL requests such as delete, insert, update, and select. As well, we have package object structure, which has variables of the class and getters and constructors. So that's it from my part. Natalia, would you continue? So,
yes, just a moment. Did you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes. So my part was to make a code to load information from file to database. I will show my screen now for you. Everything is seen? Everything okay?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Yes. So this is a web page from where we can load information from file. I made it for bands and for musicians, and for 3 type files for each edition. So for example, for bands you can choose JSON, XML, and CSV. Load the information from the file. You can also rename it, for example, like this, and add it to the band list. And in the page of band list you can see as well external ID of the partitions. So, for example, JSON. I don't want, but if we choose partition from the same external ID, we will not have possibility to edit because the external ID should be unique. So positions are here, and the same is for musicians. PSP file. It's edit. If we choose it one more time, we will not have possibility to edit. And the same for other types of files. Everything work. Now, from the side of code, I add some methods and some pages to all this starting code. So it was, of course, web page load from file JSP, and of course yes, and as well here the Java code for this page, also this method to post. So it was my work, my part of work I done. As well, I would like to represent Anastasia's part because she has temporary problems with connection to database. So I will show you her part as well. Maybe can't tell about it, but I will show how it works. So Anastasia implements the export from to file from database. Now it's implemented for page bands. So you can choose file extension which you want to save, CSV, XML, or JSON. You can write the name. And it will create file in our map local, and we can see all the bands we have now in our database. So from my side it's all. Maybe girls want to add something?
No, actually I think we are done with our presentation. If you have any question, Arthur, maybe?
I took a look on your project, so everything seems to be fine here. Yeah, thank you very much for your work here. I see that so you basically managed to do all the main steps. You could do there. So everything seems to be fine. So thank you very much. Unfortunately, there is no representative from Accenture who can also ask the questions to you. But from my side, everything is clear, and thank you very much for your effort here. It's really good. So teamwork also seems to be very good here as well. So thank you very much for this project, for what you've done. Okay, thanks, thank you, and now we can move to the next group. So Louis and Sandra, please proceed.
Good evening, but I still can see the Natalia in my screen. Maybe you could stop the...
Sorry.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. We are actually. Did you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Do you hear?
Yeah,
do you hear? Yeah.
Yeah.
We are the team of Lilia and Alexandra, and first of all, I would like to say we would like to thank Accenture for the opportunity to complete this training, and you, Arthur, for the course. We really hope that you will not evaluate our project very strictly. It was not easy for us because of different difficult situation, but we did everything we could. Please believe us. I placed this nice picture at my first screen as it characterized the process of our project absolutely exactly. But now
So maybe a comment from my side. This is how it usually works. So that's fine.
Yes.
That happens always. That always happens. So it is how it should be. Yeah.
In the process of our project, we used different tools. Here is the most part of these tools. Of course, for the main work, we use Eclipse, Bitbucket, and Jira. For database, we use PHP MyAdmin and MySQL Workbench. For communication, we use Google Meets and WhatsApp, and of course, other nice sites and tools to help us in this project. We start the project, our work with creating a new project in Jira, where we created a roadmap of the project. After a short first in sprint, we choose the topic for the final task. It is Latvian film collection. Here is the main epics of the project, and inside each epics there are a lot of different tasks. We define the period for execution of each epic here is. And at the beginning, we try to add documents and comments to Jira. For example, like here we add sitemap of our web application, and we try to comment the tasks. But during the process, I could say that honestly, we just noted the workflow of task by note if this task is done or in progress. Of course, we had some sprints and stand-ups for organizing the work process. The main goals of our project, we define the main project goals and team members' roles and duties. And actually, the main goals was to create a website where we can manually enter the values, move it to the database, read and change these values from the database, show the content on the screen, change the content, open JSON, XML, CSV files. Unfortunately, this last one we didn't manage to realize. The second step was project creation in Eclipse. Here is our project. And of course, Git repository creation in Bitbucket. Here is our project. Of course, we created branches to make work easy, and after that we initialized the local Git repositories and created the database structure. Here is our database movie with the 4 tables. And now my colleague Lilia will continue.
Yeah, are you saying something? Are you talking? Cannot hear you. I can't hear you. Try to rejoin.
Hello.
Yeah, so we can hear you now.
Okay. Use the microphone. Yes, about database. You can see my database, yes?
Yes, you can see my score range.
How can I move it? And for storage our data, we need place, and we create database with table. We have table actor. We have table director. Sorry. We have table film, and we have one bridge table. Actors in film, where we can only actor ID and film ID. We create database. We start from creating column, and we in table actors we have 2 columns, name and surname and ID. ID is auto-examinate, and we choose the type of column over char and length 100. And similar table we have for yes, we have ID, we have name, we have name with type over char and length 100. And for table field, we have title, we have director ID, and we have year. And ID increment, auto increment, and type with type chart and length 100. The field director ID and year with type integer and without length. It's about our database. And Alexander can continue about our website, and after I can show what in this database with date change exit and new date there are. Now I stop sharing.
Okay, now I try to continue. At the end of the first epic of preparation and planning, the epic of design began. We have selected the content and visual elements. And after that, we created simple wireframes and design in Figma tool. Here is these wireframes and design. Unfortunately, we were not able to implement all ideas of our design and plans, but some of them you will see in our project. We even created an exclusive shortcut icon logo for our project. Here is you can see this. And at the end of the design epic, we even made the first very simple testing of prototype of our site. I try to show how it works. But it's was just to perform that this is the real project. The coding epic starts. We started with the creation of JSP files, but before talking about JSP, I would like to show these two files. We don't use the Bootstrap for design in our project. We created our styles in separate style CSS file, and actually we create separate file with navigation bar HTML file, as we use navigation bar in all the pages. And actually we use these files as includes in all our JSP files. Here is. For example, here we write styles for navigation bar, and just a second. When the mouse is on the button of navigation bar, you can see that the text and background change the color. This navigation navbar HTML file, in this file we have references to servlet pages, and every time we navigate somewhere, we navigate to servlet pages, of course. And about JSP files. JSP files are considered as templates for all pages we have. It's help developer to insert Java codes and HTML pages by making use of special JSP tags. This one. And using JSPs, we can collect input from users through web page forms, present records from the database or in other sources, and create web pages dynamically. In our project, we decided to use GSTL to add functionality to JSPs instead of embedding Java code into JSP pages. GSTL is the JSP standard tag library, and we decided to use it just to simplify coding and to try something new. JSTL is the standard tag library containing a collection of tag libs that ship with every servlet and JSP implementation, including Tomcat. JSTL provides tasks to common JSP tasks. Here is the taglib directive to the JSTL core library. The core group of tags with prefix C is the most common used JSTL tags, such as looping or if else statement, and deal with logic and execution flow. JSTL provides the tag control to JSTL pages behavior, and as we have a Maven project, we added it below dependencies in POM file. For some examples of this text, for example, this one, alt tag displays the result of expression. We use it to write something to JSP page. In this case, we use it with the attribute value is the information to output. The tag for each is for iteration of a collection of objects, and in this case it used to be var attribute and items attribute. We use var attribute for name of variable to expose a current item, and the items attribute for information to loop over. Here is the tag if. It's a simple condition logic, and with test attribute it is condition to evaluate. Actually, this text is very similar to this text. And of course, The JSP pages interact seamlessly with Java servlets. In a servlet container like Tomcat, in our case, servlet, we have servlets here. Servlet container handles request and response interactions, and servlet pages have two methods, to get and to do post. In our case, we mostly place logic in do get. As it is default method, and do get called by the server via the server method to allow the server to handle get request. It's usually used to processing a request, like here. It does some business stuff before presenting the HTML output from JSPs. For example, such as gathering data to display in a table. We use request parameter, which stores all the elements that come from the previous pages. But we want a servlet to be able to handle both get and post requests, as we want HTML forms to have some flexibility, and in how they send data to servlet. That's why we call do get in do post method. We use the form HTML method and JSP pages. The action attribute defines where the data gets sent. On submitting the form data will be sent to the servlet, whose URL is mapped with it. Method post triggers post request to the page. And when we press the corresponding submit button, the form will be submitted. It will go to updates and pass all parameters we have here. In case of actor Java servlet, we should do insert, edit, update, and delete of actor. We could show the list of actor, and we could show form to edit or to add actor. And now I will show how it works. Here is the list of existing actors. We could add a new one. Here is. We could edit. Here is. And if we check our database, we will see this new one here as well. We could delete actor, but in case the actor have film, we can't delete the actor without deleting the film. From this film, list we could edit, delete as well. We could, for example, add actor to the film. And of course, we could remove actor from the film as well. No, for directors, is very similar. Is very similar. And now my colleague Lilia continue our presentation. Thank you.
List of this list of fields, and you hear me, yeah?
We can see the screen, yes. We can hear you as well.
So in field, we can add a new field. We can input title. We have for director or director, and we have change the we have put some else, and we have to every year, and we have art film, we have film, we have in our and we have delete the film from our list of films. And what happened in our code? We have JSP file, and we have similar file for actors, art, and we have two files. We decide to separate. In one file, we can see the constructor and getter and setter, and in actor DAO we can see our yes. What we can do with this actor? We can do the request, we can update, we can delete, and we can select, and all our methods in this file. And we can see about director, it's very, very similar. And we duplicate the JSP and Java file, and it may be simple, and you can see it's very, very nice and see. And maybe something about model fill and fill down. In the field, we have the field actors where we can store actors in every film. Can be many actors, and we can manage this table, and we can do another actor, and we can see in our actor field this additional act. And of course we can remove those. And what about now? We have DB connection manager. It's simple, but each file needs to all connection. And what else? I don't know, maybe it's all. We use structure for this website, not big, but we use all methods, and we try to show what our website web, and there are more meetings. We have sorry, I can show. We cannot use with file. We can prepare files, but we cannot implement maybe next time. That's all. Maybe some questions.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Julia and Sandra. Yeah, maybe I have some comments from my side. Yeah, first of all, that it's really nice that you tried to introduce lots of things from you, like what we did not learn, but you found such things additionally and implement them in your project. So it's really nice, like Jira roadmap. So that was that's nice tool. For the website template generation, I can use Figma. So that's also nice tool. As I said, you can actually find lots of such tools, and also the ready templates for the projects. So that's really nice that you used such approach as well. Yeah, also really good what I noticed that you implement you have the reusability of your files created in Eclipse project. So it's really nice, like navigation bars. So it's also a nice approach to split your page into the pieces and then reuse them in different areas, in different files. So it's really good. Yeah, also that it's interesting, not I said not interesting, but it's specific, but what should I say here? Like say really nice that you use tried, you used GSTL. So that is also nice that you tried it. So that's quite nice alternative to simple Java, simple syntax that may use in GSTL in GSP files. But yeah, so you can also use GSTL. So that's nice approach. Also, if you work with some different JavaScript frameworks, for example AngularJS, you will also find some specific similar but specific kind of similar what GSTL is, similar syntax to generate HTML pages, basically to generate web pages. So different frameworks also may use something like GSTL, so that's really nice that you tried it. Maybe one comment in one in the form in one GSP page. I guess it was attribute form or actor form. I don't really remember. You had this test keywords, and actually, maybe just a small comment in the final versions of the files, maybe to not use something like test or dummy or test1, test2. So that's just a small comment. Maybe for future in the final versions, maybe to not use the keywords, such keywords like demo or test or something like that. So, but that's just a kind of small comment for the future. So, but in general, really nice work. You see that you introduced lots of from your side this project. There was a really large effort from your side. So thank you very much, Julia and Alexander. That was nice job done. Thank you very much. All right. So if no questions from other colleagues, then I guess for the presentations that's it. And yeah, actually that's it also for this course. Yeah, that was really maybe from the teaching from learning perspective, a long journey here. We started, as I remember, 23rd of November, so that's almost 8 months since we started. Yeah, our first course. Excuse me?
It's long way.
Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, almost 8 months. So it's it's quite a long course, I'd say. And yeah, also it was nice. It's really nice challenge for you, and also maybe for me as well. And so from another point of view to actually to go through these 8 months. But because previously I had only the second course, so I did not start since the first course. Yeah, so previously I started only with the second course, but now I had 2 courses, so that was really really nice and long journey for all of us. So that's really good. And yeah, thank you very much for your effort. Yeah, so you got through all these challenges. You had really good. You done a really good job on your home tasks. So you had really nice results, and also you managed to implement lots of things that the previous course we had. I had then we did not implement these things that time. So in this course, I see that you all are really great, and you managed to done a really nice job. And I see that that you had really nice progress. So that's That's really good, and I see that I see that you are definitely ready to work in IT, to develop the application, not only applications, but develop just everything in IT. In IT world, yeah, the programming, also the project management. You can also work in this area. So I think that's you all are ready, and you all are very good and to be in IT place. Yeah, thank you all for all these two courses, and I really wish you to find your place in IT, also for those who already work, so that to continue to improve what you already can do, what you already know. So that's really good. Yeah, maybe final words regarding the certificates from Zande. I hope I will manage contact her. Yes, she's on vacation now, but yeah, yesterday I had a contact with her. Unfortunately, I could not contact her today. So then I will let her know about all the things we done today, and so I guess she will share all the information with you as well about the certificates for this course, about the further steps. You will you should get the information from Zande about it. Yeah, but in case you have any troubles with contacting Zande, then you can try to contact me. I will then try to reach Zande. Okay? So, but in overall, so that's it. Again, thank you very much for your work in this project and work in this course. That was a very nice journey for everyone again, I hope.
Thank you, and I would like to wish luck for all the girls.
Yeah, good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a nice midsummer.
Here.
You too.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.